Hey, you guys, welcome to your reading. I'm really excited to do this reading today. We have a new oracle deck. It's called the Healing Spirits deck. It literally spoke to me like so hardcore, and it's by Gordon Smith if anyone's interested. Also, if you guys want to connect with me on Instagram, I just started an Instagram page. It's whitney.nicole. There's no post there, so just FYI. Um, but that's going to be actually getting up and running soon. And then if you guys want to do personal readings and dive into any of the energies that we're going to be going in today or from past readings, the calendar is going to be in the description box. Okay, so I really wanting to start with this deck. I'm telling you, I think God is trying to do something. The illustration on this deck is really, you can feel the energy just from the illustrations alone. So let's get into the messages and see where Spirit wants to go with us today. Wow, okay. So, and I'm going to read from the book because this deck is super new, but I like kind of discovering decks with you guys too. This one says, Speak your truth with passion. It's remarkable shuffling through this deck and having this energy come up, alongside the energies that we've been pulling from previous reading. It's like just the accuracy. So speak your truth. Do you see there on the illustration how there's a highlight there on the throat chakra? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, wow. All right, it says, Speak your truth with passion. It says, You have learned many lessons thus far on your journey, and it's an interesting moment when you sense that you know something more than you thought you did. When that sense of awakening springs from deep inside you, it is time to share it with others. Guardian spirits are telling you to believe in yourself and speak out, trusting that you are connected to the higher powers of the universe. There's only one truth, and when you are truly connected to Source, that is what you speak. It says, Remember, when you share your experience with others, you will learn more about your true purpose too. I'm just kind of blown away and touched in such a deep way that this is the first card that would come out of this deck, given the energies we've been looking at, and Spirit's kind of saying that it's time to really own what it is that your heart truly believes in. It's belief systems, it's things that you've been working on, but just like it said, it's like you might be surprised that you know more than you think you know. So it also speaks to like spiritual knowledge and levels of attunement. And I feel like that's a really big feeling that comes through that card is like if you really, really were to own what you know, I feel like you would be so much more surprised at where that takes you. And when you use it, it's like when you use the throat chakra and allow spirit to move through that energy center, you're going to, it's going to build that skill and that attunement's going to get stronger. All right, I don't know why I feel so emotional shuffling through this deck. I do think that the energy that it's connecting with. I mean, the title of the deck is The Healing Spirits. So it's a very spirit guide oriented energy, which I definitely feel like the people who watch this channel, it's like that energy is shifting majorly. You guys are getting even more connected with your team and moving to higher heights, you know? What else, Spirit? Okay, wow. It says, Your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with. Okay, you guys, I got to show you this illustration. Look at that. Tell me that's just not divine, that artwork. Like, can't you feel that? Your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with. So already it's family, It's soul tribe, absolutely soul tribe, but that can come in the form of family, that can be your soulmate, like your life partner, and obviously that can be your friends, the people that love you, see you, know you, understand you, and are really meant to do this journey with you. It feels like this is a whole new path, from speak your truth with passion to who you're meant to experience life with, right? This is you. Wow. And this is who you're connecting with. This is a whole new path. This is nothing to do with like past energy. This is all new energy so far. So let's look at that one and I'll read it to you. Okay. It says, "You are never alone in this world or the universe itself. Even if you feel that you're waiting for another person to come into your life to complete you, the wise old spirit sages are reminding you that the human journey is short and impermanent compared with your spirit life. When you find contentment in yourself, a light will shine in the universe and it will be noticed by those who are naturally attracted to you." Okay, that's big collective. I feel that for you strongly. It says, "Be at peace with yourself now, and the right connections will join you soon." Okay, and before we keep going, I do want to dive into that a little bit deeper, because Spirit is talking to you about, well, really coming back to this where it says speak your truth and your passion. Some of you guys are manifesting soul relationships, whether it's romantic or platonic, and the guides are saying that when you really can own that, really own who you are, your gift, your power, your throat chakra, because everything related to the throat chakra, it says speak your truth with passion. Your truth isn't just um what you want to do, or your just your what your attunements are in the spirit realm, but it's like also the protection of those things. I'm hearing it's like your boundaries. It's like really not putting up with BS, and kind of like knowing like where you want to go and what you're manifesting. It all connects to that energy center too. So spirit's saying when you're in that solid place, and it says you're in contentment with yourself, like you really love yourself full and wholeheartedly, past, present, future, however you see that. It says the light will shine in the universe and it will be noticed by those who are naturally attracted to you. So there's a message here about really calling in divinely aligned soul tribe for you, not kind of like um, fair weather friends and fair weather partners and people who like appear one way on the outside, but then once you look under the hood, it's like the mechanics are not what you thought that they were. That's what this is giving me. It says, remember, on your personal journey through each life, many individuals will cross your path. Some are good for you, and others bringing difficulties for you to overcome. This part of the journey is about lessons, not wrong or right. Okay, look closely at the people you have attracted thus far and learn to accept your life lessons and grow because of them. Yeah, that's kind of like what we were saying. Do we want to pull one more? I think so, mainly because it's this energy is so awesome to be in. One more, and then we'll definitely get into the tarot. Oh, I said one more, and Spirit said two. So, okay. All right. Ask your spirit guide, and then be like your spirit guide. Okay. So we got ask your spirit guide. I'll show you the artwork. Damn, that is gorgeous. And then you got be like your spirit guide. Okay. All right. Last on the oracles. Ask your spirit guide. It says, when your head becomes too full of information and no answers come to mind, it's time to be still and tune into your guide. Find a moment when you can relax your body and quiet your mind. Then you will hear answers from your spirit guide. Even when your head is overfull with thoughts, your guides will still speak. It says, This is time to your heart. Oh, this time to your heart. Yeah, okay. And you will receive a feeling that will let you know that your guide has answered your call. You can ask your guide for anything. You know what's interesting I get from this card actually too, um, is this energy of grounding during this time, because you're moving into a whole new aspect of your path, and you really are looking out into the world and going like, who's going to join me, who's going to be my soul tribe, because we're not going to do, what was done before, or we're not going to, we want to learn from mistakes, we want to choose with wisdom, we want to open our throat chakra and set our boundaries. And this is just a nice little reminder that spirit is saying, like, if you ever get to that point where your brain just feels like it's so full of information and you're like, am I coming? Am I going? Like, what is it? That's when you can like ground and tune back in. And I love how they relay it here when it says, like, if you don't know if you're receiving an answer, or, it says your heart will receive that message. So the last one is be like your spirit guide. Okay, it says this world can be full of judgment and jealousy, and it's easy to get dragged into problems that are not your own. Word, right? Remember that you have a true friend in the spirit world. And see, that's perfect because of that second card about your soul family. Find those. So, those of you who are like, feel like you're waiting on soul companionship or soul family, I love this message for you, when it says, remember you have a true friend in the spirit world, right? So you're not necessarily waiting, you're definitely manifesting that vibrational match for tribe. But in the meantime, know that it's already done, and you're not starting from zero manifestation starting blocks. You have, a true friend in the spirit world, it said, who only wants the best for you, and who will guide you away from such negativities if you allow them to do so, that protection. So you already have that royal dog in spirit. You are surrounded by, kin in spirit. When you are between a rock and a hard place, do what your guide would do and lead by example. That's freaking powerful. And I love the wording on that. Your guide is showing you that you can rise above petty things and bring more spiritual action to the situation. Can we talk about that? Yeah, you are bigger than this, okay? So, not only is this talking about people you're going to go forward to meet new people and that you're going to have to check the energy on and kind of, suss it out in spirit, but this card, be like your guides here, this is all about, what would spirit do, WWJD, that they used to say back in my church days. This is, what would spirit do in this case? And so maybe we'll get into it with the tarot. But if you're running into situations, or if you're in the midst of a situations where, for lack of better terminology, your patience is being tested, your beliefs are being tested, your, sanity is being tested, or whatever, or you're just not sure, it's saying really rise above and step into that spiritual energy. To me, this is all about alignment. And it's like, really, and I think that's why this deck had to come in for today's reading. And we are going to be using it moving forward, until spirit says otherwise. Um, this is about, like, okay, I am committed to this spirit walk. And it feels like there's a real renewal and newness about this. The very last reading that I did from this week was about a lot of 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacle energy. So it's like the emotional connectedness, the abundance, the wish fulfillment energy has just skyrocketed for so many of you in the collective. So let's go into the tarot and see what more spirit wants to discuss. Thank you, spirit. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. So, Four of Cups in reverse, you guys. We're talking about coming out of that hermit mode, coming out of that mode where we're so used to kind of, being focused in and kind of having that tunnel vision kind of in towards the self. We're taking it from just that external um, reflective experience and now taking it into new connections. So, Four of Cups, you have Three of Pentacles here. A lot of you guys are dealing with energy of collaboration and teamwork. You're learning new things. Um, yeah, yeah, that makes sense. The Hanged Man, and lastly, the Eight of Pentacles. So you're obviously working on. I'm feeling a real spiritual energy because we have the Hanged Man, because of the oracle cards that came out. This is about working hard, being diligent, mastering skills, choosing wisely. But this first card that pops up in every time, the first card always speaks to me the most, I would say. Four of Cups in reverse. It's kind of like coming out of one's own self. So if you've been in a period, on your journey, on your path, where you've kind of, you can call it hermit mode, maybe call it like, I've really just been doing that deep inner work within the self, and now it's like about the new. And so maybe part of what you all need to hear in this message is about trusting yourself as you, because I don't necessarily think Four of Cups energy is always like, because when it's in the easiest, because when it's in the upright, it is a vibe of internalization, internal experience, and you're coming out of that internal experience. And so I feel the need to talk to you about um, how you're really here. Let me show you the energies. How you're really, look at all this pentacle energy. There's a lot of masculine energy you're stepping into. And I do think that if you've been in a real internal, in what might have felt more like a feminine energy within yourself, regardless of gender, right? Because we have both. This is about like embracing and seeing the higher prophetic calling on your life and turning that into an action and turning that into something you can feel, touch, taste, smell, right? Here with the Hanged Man. This is like, dude, Spirit is really taking you to higher heights. Did I say that in the beginning? Why do I feel like I said that earlier? I don't even know what I be saying sometimes, guys. It's just like the way the energy is, it's so in the moment that to try to recall things on an energetic level can kind of be difficult, if I'm being honest. But look at you. Look at you working away, you got your hammer and your chisel. Some of you are really going to be working on a very specific calling, a very specific project, a very specific business endeavor, a very specific uptick in your work, promotion, a new role, whatever it is. One of the main things that Spirit wants you to know is about this Hanged Man energy. You're going to be asked to look at this from a different, you know what? You're going to be asked to look at a lot of things from a different perspectives. I know the camera's going in and out of focus. I apologize for that. You're going to be learning a lot of new things. Three of Pentacles, you're definitely working with someone here. Um, a teacher, a guide, and it feels like really important, formal kind of work. So some of you guys really have this um this this baby that you're nurturing. And I call it a baby because it's you're mastering it. It might feel like it's in an infancy stage for some of you, because it's a general reading. It might be a little further along for some of you, but I do feel like you're gonna feel these moments here in the Hanged Man energy where it might feel like, okay, I am I'm learning, I'm studying, I'm getting the information, and then pause. Spirit, what's going on? What? And it's normal. I feel like this is a normal part of this journey for you because um it feels like an ebb and a flow. It feels like a feminine and a masculine toggle and integration and going back and forth. So this is pretty cool. Um, here with the Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles, I know that you are dedicating a lot of time and energy to whatever this is. I also feel the need to talk about the balance. We are talking about masculine and feminine. Um, let's go back to the Hangman, they're saying. There does need to be a balance. And I feel like, part of the balance is listening into what your guides are actually telling you to do in that very moment. I do feel like with sometimes the masculine or the pentacle energy, when we're so focused on a certain objective, or we're focused on a certain path and ABC 1 2 3, you may, if you go within, you may notice that spirit has like been talking to you. So it's this feeling of like lifting your head up from this workbench to like listen in and go, oh, okay, so I do need to take a pause here. And maybe spirit will have you kind of like change it up and do something else. But it does have something to do with your prophetic gifts, like being able to, your spiritual gifts, being able to hear from spirit and then put that into your work. So you're probably a spiritual worker, energy worker, some sort of body worker. It could be Reiki, it could be a shamanic journey, it could be an intuitive counseling journey, it could be what else? Music, sound therapy, astrology, singing bowls. What else is coming to mind? Um, feminine energy healer, something. Either way, right now is a season, spirit is saying for you to really listen to what you're getting, because none of this is going to work without you being able to truly tune in. It's like everything has led you to this point where you have to truly trust what you're getting. And when what you're getting clashes with the situation or the person, spirit saying, what would my guides do? Be like your guides. That I feel like is going to take you really, really far in this journey. Um, ask your spirit guides for help. Let them speak to your heart. Okay, you do have the Three of Swords on the top of the deck. So I do want to speak to that, because some of you really might, there's two things. Some of you might have inner conflict, like you might go back and forth with yourself on certain aspects of even this journey of what you're building with all this pentacle energy and what you're learning and producing and kind of putting forth. Um, and then others of you may be literally dealing with clashes of energy with people or a certain person outside of yourself. Oh, that's kind of interesting there. Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing 9 of Cups in reverse and Queen of Pentacles here. Okay. So that's really interesting. Some of you guys are showing up in this energy of an incomplete wish fulfillment in some way, and it's almost like, not spirit saying don't be focused on what it is that you feel like is not working or is not fully manifested in at this time, and instead you're being asked to kind of take charge with the Queen of Pentacles. When we look at the different queens in the tarot, the Queen of Pentacles is that manifestation, but it's not like, different from the Wands or the Empress. She's very much so able to make it happen with that earth energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So it's like channeling your ability to move and get the things done and take the action and show up and birth this thing. So that's what's going to help you with what you're building. You cannot, this is so strongly, I feel like this advice, this the way that this is coming in so strongly, whatever it is that you've been working on within yourself and working out here in the material world to build, to manifest, a big chunk is learning how to manifest and bring that inspired action in the masculine to this, right? Really channeling that earth energy. Nine of Cups in reverse, it's like this energy of not feeling fully satisfied, right? So for some of you, that's exactly where you are here with the Queen of Pentacles. It's like you're showing up, you're putting in the work, you're adding in the manifestation. It's kind of like the art form of manifestation and getting really good and declaring and demanding, like, okay, this is mine, this is already done, and not going into scarcity or lack or any of those energies. You do have the Queen of Swords on the top of the deck. So, again, Spirit is saying also claim what's yours, speak it from the throat chakra. It did say speak your truth with passion. Like, what would be that 10th cup, right? what what would turn this into this, what would be that 10th cup? And don't be afraid to ask for it and then show up to take the it's like the directly aligned action that's in line with that thing that you want, and speak your truth. Don't be shy about it. Queen, she's a queen, Queen of Pentacles. She doesn't play about that material, that coin that she's holding. She's looking at it like she doesn't play about it. And that's the energy that Spirit wants you to be in too. Like, I see the energy of your hard work and dedication. So do not sell yourself short. Set your boundaries and don't allow opposing energies to kind of like come in and have their way in this process. That's not really for them to come in and do. Okay, Spirit, what else? Thank you for that. Moving forward, honey. Yeah, the Chariot. So moving forward, willpower, determination, Spirit saying. Whoo, the more I look at the pentacles, I like, it's like this sweaty, it's a sweat equity. It's like I see that you're studying, you're moving. For some of you, it may be a physical project, like you're working with your hands. But I definitely feel like you're working with other people and you're not alone. So it's something to the effect of like this is going to pay off, and it's very important for you during this time to move forward and use willpower and determination to move you forward. But not just willpower, not just that, but it's also the spirit guides, your spirit guides, working with them. When you feel like Nine of Cups in reverse, when you feel like, this isn't really the full thing, this isn't like, well, I'm not there, this is not the full, manifestation, or, I'm bored, or I want to move beyond this point. We're not all the way there. We've made progress, but we're not all the way there. Those are the moments that I would say tune in, because there is something in those moments, like in those little dips in the energy. It's almost like that's when the upgrade is happening, because that would make sense, because that is when you would be asked to tune in. So your spirit team has something for you in those moments. Now, what I also feel like telling you is, if in those moments you don't go in with your team, if you go into this energy of Nine of Cups in reverse and you kind of sit in the energy of what isn't, that's when I feel like you run the risk of that kind of like delay, even more of a delay of gratification, and maybe even some additional confusion. Okay, so what else? Yes. Wow. All the pentacle confirmation of all the work. We kind of got some imprints of this energy in past readings. This one is a slightly progressed from that point, so that's kind of cool to see. But the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, like some of you guys are like, um, is this gonna yield anything? Is this really working? I actually want to check one little thing. Dang, look what's on the top. Sorry, I know I like my speech goes and comes. Knight of Pentacles. So again, they're saying get focused. So okay, that actually clarifies what I was about to ask anyways. So for Seven of Pentacles in reverse, for those of you who are like, I don't know if this is going to work, maybe I should just freaking change course now. Um Sometimes the message is you do need to change course, but with this Knight of Pentacles, I feel like it's just confirming. It's not so much about changing course, but it's like you got to show up in that masculine energy oriented, like aligned action to whatever it is you're manifesting. And it is an interesting message because I feel like I'm almost speaking to a group of you who are, I don't know if it's that you're leaned more into your feminine, but a lot of this energy is masculine that's coming out. So whether you lean more into your feminine or historically have, this energy is like it's pentacles 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the chariot, and then you got 2 cup cards. So there's a lot of like get up and move, get organized, get structured. Um, and of course, say the things, do the things, don't wait for it to come to you. It's like take everything you've learned, take everything you've invested in with yourself and your knowledge, and you go. You go. Um, let's see. Anything else on the 7 of Pentacles in reverse that would be helpful? Mm-hmm. 8 of Swords in the reverse. They're saying get clear, release yourself from any kind of mental bondage or any kind of doubts. And I do feel like because that's here, like you're in the midst of that energy. um, if you're feeling like it's not yielding what you want it to yield, what this 7 of Pentacles in reverse, whatever you're working on, they're saying it is about the release. Also, okay, right, 3 of Wands in reverse. They're talking about like something to do with being released from things that didn't go well in the past, and it may have uh, left some residue about what you can trust, who you can trust and who you can't trust. 3 of Wands in reverse can also be about like being beware of who you trust. So it's interesting because they are saying have your boundaries and take use your discernment about who you want to work with and who you can trust, and speak your truth and be like your guides when you do encounter energy that you're going, I don't know if this is really in alignment for me. Like do all of those things, but I do feel like you might be being released from things that didn't work out. 3 of Wands is also about setbacks, okay? So that's why this is delayed for you. If you are in the group that feels like this is delayed, if that resonates for your story, then it has everything to do with continuing to release old path energy that didn't go as planned or didn't go that way. Yeah, this definitely feels very familiar to a reading that I did last week, or this earlier this week. What's on the top of the deck is the Fool. This again, like I said in the very first energy that popped out with that oracle card, this is new. It almost makes me go, oh my gosh, like it can feel like a leap of faith. It can feel like there's so much new energy. This is the time to really trust yourself and really remind yourself of who you really are. This aspect of your path is new in a lot of ways, but you have all these amazing tools. See your little trusty companion, your little white spirit dog right there. You have that. So if you have spirit, uh, that's like a beautiful energy that is guiding you and protecting you and informing you. It's like a beautiful secret code in life that you can always dial in whenever you need it. And they're saying go with the pentacle energy, use that masculine energy to create what you need to create, and go. We're going to get one last message for you before we close out, because I think, yeah, we're almost at 35 minutes. So, all right, Spirit, what's one last message for the collective they really need today? Okay. Talking about setbacks, we got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Give us one more clarifier on that Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Damn, the Pentacle energy is off the chain. Okay. Okay. All right, let's get this together. So you got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and interestingly enough, again, more pentacles, more pentacles. But they're talking to me about healing from even relationship setbacks because you have the Two of Cups here on the top of the deck. So there's a couple things. It's like what I said earlier. Some of you, it's setbacks that you've had in with previous opportunities, and then for some of it, it's setbacks you've had with relationship opportunities. So it's kind of like um, relationships that were, it seemed like it was going to be a good opportunity, or it felt like it should have been, ended up being like a false start. And for whatever reason, this last message that wanted to come out was talking about, continuing to do the healing work of false starts or false opportunities in relationships. Hopefully that makes sense to somebody. It sort of makes sense to me. But you also got Nine of Pentacles here. So there's something here about Spirit saying this is actually about your greater independence. So, whatever was a false start with work or relationship opportunity, it's kind of like maybe you thought something was going to go the distance, or you thought something was going to be like this great new beginning. It could have even been something in the material, like a house or a move. But for a lot of you, it is going to be for that Two of Cups. It was like you were hoping to have your Two of Cups with someone, and really come together on a deeper level. And it was more conflict, it was more strife, it was more difficulty, and um, confused layers to that. But Spirit said this is actually coming. This was kind of done for you, not to punish you or hurt you, but this was all about you stepping more fully into your Nine of Pentacles, like she is here. This is a very independent person, and it's like Spirit really wants you to see yourself get there. And some of you guys are there, like into that fold right now. And for those of you who aren't quite there, this is like, okay, but this is coming. Like this is where this is all leading. Like all of this work you're doing, Eight of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles. So this really is the time to, okay, they're saying masculine energy, Four of Cups. It really is about getting out and making these new connections and allowing the internal work to see the light of day and let people come into that. But not, you're not a fool when you do that, right? You're not doing it from a foolish standpoint. You're in full energy because there's so much newness. But I'm getting that it's for you to enjoy, continue doing the work of whatever the strife or the conflict of the false start from the past was, or whatever this happened. Some of you, I guess, could be in this energy right now where you're like, oh, I thought it was going to be this, and then it was like it wasn't, in relationship with somebody or in work. But in closing, this all comes down to that Spirit is saying, like, look, we always knew you could do this. We always knew that you could have this level of independence. And by the way, when I say independence, it doesn't mean like, um, it's not like that toxic masculine energy, like nobody, I don't need anyone for anything. You can still have Nine of Pentacles, in my opinion, in the context of a relationship, you know, and relationships plural. So but it's a state of mind, it's an energetic signature of abundance, and I know that I can do it, and I have Nine Pentacles, and my needs are taken care of. And it's that earth, that house and home earth energy. So some of you guys have really been needing and wanting and desiring to step into becoming your own person, your own woman, man, like just your own individual, because from Nine of Pentacles, there's only one more place up to go, just the 10. So it's pretty freaking up there. And in general, having more money, like, right? Let's just be real. having more money, getting more money. So I hope this reading was helpful to you. I hope it made sense. Oh my God, there was one more card that flipped over. Hold on. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and I just want to honor that card that was there that I just noticed when I looked down. Nine of Wands in the reverse. So this just confirms for me, it's not really anything of a revelation that's new from what we've already read here, but it is this energy of like, this whole message is to let you know to keep going and to get focused and to put some muscle, some tangible physical muscle behind what it is you're doing. Because with the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, there is this sense of getting a little bit like weary on your path, but it is a nine. So your spirit is saying you're right there. And some of you are there, and it's the energy is evolving, like completely evolving on this brand new path. And for some of you it's like one foot and then you're there and the other foot. So Nine of Wands in reverse, don't allow this juncture of the journey to make you like sick or ill or weary. When you feel unsure or you feel any kind of inner turmoil, this is about going, saying, what would my guides have me do? What would my guides do? And oh, okay. And it says your soul will find those you are meant to experience life with. So that again, that goes for people who are, you guys who are looking for divine soulmate partnership in love, or if you're already with someone and you're desiring to go into a deeper aspect of Two of Cups. Know who you are, show fully up in your full power, your strength, your abundant nature. Take pride in this spiritual up leveling and how that relates to your mission and your work. Really embody and walk and own and love that. And that's how it said it's going to send out like it's going to emit like a light, right? It's like a lighthouse signal. And the people who are truly meant to move into that Two of Cups energy with you, they're going to just come, right? Even if that's a partner that you have and you're like, how do I get them to me, on board, into my heart, like that kind of vibe, they're going to come. But you have to stand. You got to be her in the Nine of Pentacles, and you got to keep healing whatever the letdown was from the false start in the past. Okay, my loves, I'm going to stop running my mouth here. Love you guys, and I will see you in the next reading. Can't wait.